This video isn't for everyone. In fact, most people will simply pass it by and continue living their lives in the same old rush, driven by fear, with that quiet sense that something is missing. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but something intangible keeps holding you back? It's as if an invisible force is constantly pushing away everything you desire the most. Now, take a moment, breathe, and pay close attention to what's about to unfold. It's possible that, without even realizing it, you've been pushing prosperity away. If you feel this resonates, drop a comment saying, "I am a magnet for prosperity." And if this message strikes a chord with you, make sure to subscribe, because what's coming next will open doors you never knew existed. You may be unknowingly repelling wealth. It might have already passed you by. Maybe yesterday, maybe last month. Perhaps you ignored an invitation, dismissed an idea, or didn't listen to a person. Most people go through life trying to attract prosperity, yet only a few understand that the biggest mistake is in pushing away what was already on its way. Do you recognize the most common pattern? It's subtle self-sabotage. Thoughts like, "This isn't for me," or the comfort of telling yourself, "I'll try again later." These phrases seem harmless, but they carry a powerful vibration that acts like an invisible repellent. The universe doesn't respond to your desires, it responds to your vibration. If your energy is filled with fear, scarcity, or doubt, that's exactly what the universe will mirror back to you. Pause for a moment and think. How many times have you turned down wealth, thinking you were just being realistic? There's a word, an ancient word, that's too old to be fully translated. It was spoken in caves, whispered by monks, and lost in the dust of scrolls long forgotten. This word isn't magic, it's a frequency. Those who repeat it begin to perceive small cracks in reality, as if the universe itself starts to bend to their will. This word comes from Aramaic, a language rich in vibration rather than literal meaning. And today, I'll reveal it to you. But first, an invitation. Comment gratitude. This isn't a trick for engagement. It's a symbolic gesture, a way to open energetic space for this knowledge to reach you. If you feel that this message resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe. Because what's coming next will be something you'll want to revisit again and again. Now, imagine for a moment that the words you speak daily aren't just sounds, they're vibrational commands. Some uplift, while others drain. There are certain words, specific ones, that were never created by modern cultures or adapted for convenience. They were received, channeled, and preserved in silence, passed down through generations as living portals. Among these words, there is one spoken in moments when reality seemed impossible to change, in times of despair, silence, and healing. It comes from Aramaic, a language no longer spoken on the streets, but one that still vibrates in the unseen realms of time. Aramaic wasn't just a language for speaking about things. It was a language for speaking to things, for connecting with the essence and vibration behind the material world. You're not simply listening to a story. What's happening now as you listen is a subtle alignment. Your mind is slowly opening, like a window you didn't even know was closed. Perhaps you're already starting to feel it, a sense of lightness, a quiet pause in the mental noise, as if your body turned down the volume just to listen more clearly. This is real. It's not just the effect of my voice, it's the effect of remembering. Something deep inside you recognizes this truth, and that recognition doesn't come from the present moment. It comes from before. Perhaps you've encountered this language before, maybe in dreams, moments when time seemed suspended, or in the profound silences before making a major decision. Ancient cultures understood this. They knew that some sounds don't need to be translated. They simply reach you and awaken something that has been dormant. Aramaic is one of those keys. But not just any key. It's the key of presence. Have you ever noticed that when you are truly present, things seem to flow effortlessly? Money comes more easily. Conversations deepen. Opportunities appear without effort. That's because presence is alignment. And when Aramaic is spoken with intention, it doesn't just communicate, it tunes your frequency to universal abundance. You might be wondering, how can a single word hold so much power? This is where the overlooked truth of modern logic comes into play: vibrational symbolism. While most modern languages were designed to name objects and describe facts, Aramaic was crafted to conduct energy. Each letter, each syllable is like a vector. When spoken with emotional intention, that vector vibrates, not only within the speaker, but also into the surrounding field. Have you ever been in a place and felt an unexplainable energy? Or met someone whose presence was so strong it changed the entire environment? Ancient words, spoken with truth, have the same effect. They shift space and align reality. That's why the word you're about to hear isn't just a technique, it's a memory. It's a vibrational reminder that you're not separate from what you desire. Everything you seek is already seeking you, but it can only find you when your vibration matches. This word, hidden for centuries and preserved by the few, is about to be revealed. And when you hear it, something inside you will shift. You might not be able to explain it, but you may close your eyes and feel it. If that happens, allow it, because it's a sign that your energy field has recognized that you are ready. Every word is a sound, but not every sound is the same. Some sounds pass through, while others stay with you. Have you ever noticed how certain words linger in your mind while others fade away? That's because sound, though invisible, is vibration. And vibration has form. It travels, it touches, it shapes. You may not see it, but you feel it. When someone yells at you, your body reacts. When someone says, "I love you," with sincerity, your body reacts too. It's not just the content, it's the frequency. And here's where everything changes. The word you're about to learn wasn't created to simply communicate, it was shaped to resonate. It vibrates at a specific frequency, tuned to what many call the field of abundance. Yes, there is a vibration where money, opportunities, and the right connections flow easily. And this vibration isn't logical, it's sensory, it's energetic. You can think of it like a radio station. If you're tuned to the wrong frequency, everything you want is already out there, broadcasting, but you don't hear it. You don't feel it. You don't receive it. Now imagine your mind as a body of water. Every word you speak is like a stone you throw. Some stones create small ripples, while others create gentle waves. But there are rare words, almost extinct, that create long, deep, continuous waves. These waves pass through your energy field, touching everything around you. They shift your baseline frequency, and what happens next is simply consequence. When your field vibrates differently, the world responds differently. You begin attracting what once felt distant. Doors open effortlessly. The right people appear. The ideas you had start to make perfect sense. But be mindful. This is not about magic. It's not about blind faith. It's about vibrational realignment, about returning to the place you were always meant to be, your center. That's the true power of the word, not because of what it says, but because of where it places you. If you've made it this far, something important is already happening. The word on its own does nothing. It's like a seed, but you are the soil. That's why intention matters more than repetition. It's not about how many times you say it, it's about how you feel while saying it. Have you ever said, "I'm fine," when everything inside was falling apart? That's proof. The true vibration isn't in the phrase itself, it's in the emotion you carry with it. The universe doesn't respond to what you say, it responds to the alignment between what you think, feel, and vibrate. And here lies the blind spot for most people. You can repeat the sacred word 1,000 times, but if inside you there's doubt, urgency, or despair, the vibration fractures and nothing happens. That's why before you speak the word, you need to align with it. How do you align? By feeling what it represents. Before you speak, you need to not just imagine, but embody it. What does true abundance feel like? Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. Now, feel what it would be like to wake up knowing everything is flowing effortlessly. Picture yourself looking at your phone and seeing messages filled with opportunity. Imagine feeling peace in your chest, lightness in your mind, and confidence in every step you take. That internal state, the one you feel, is the fuel for the word. Emotion breathes life into vibration. The word then becomes the direction, but the one who moves the energy is you. And the more sincere your intention, the clearer the response from reality. Think of it like this: you are creating a circuit. Intention is the beginning. The word is the medium. Reality is the outcome. If the intention is weak, the circuit doesn't complete. But when you vibrate with clarity, when you feel before you ask, the circuit ignites and the flow begins. Now, close your eyes if you can. If not, just slow down. Breathe deeply, more gently. Imagine your life with everything in its place. You wake up and the air feels light. Nothing weighs you down. Nothing is missing. You rise calmly and the world feels different. Bills are paid. Time is on your side. People seek you for the right reasons. And you are at peace. Feel that in your body. What is it like to walk with that lightness? What shifts in your face, in your gaze? How does the world treat you when you vibrate at that frequency? It's not out there, it starts within. Now, with that emotion alive and vibrating inside you, remember, the word will be the channel, but it's your feelings that will give it power. Don't lose it. Hold on to it. Keep it. Breathe once more, because you're about to activate something ancient, and your mind is already prepared. The mind learns through repetition. The heart opens through repetition. Reality bends through repetition. The word you're about to receive isn't meant to be spoken once and forgotten. It must be nurtured, like someone honing a spiritual key until it turns smoothly every time. Each time you speak it with intention, you delve a little deeper into yourself. You carve out a new path, a fresh memory, a new neural pathway that didn't exist before. At first, it may feel subtle, but like any sacred tool, the more you use it, the more it responds. Repetition turns the word into a pulse. It begins to vibrate on its own inside you, sometimes without you even realizing it. Silent, steady, connected. And when it becomes part of your inner rhythm, reality will start to mirror it. Remember, you're not repeating it to convince the universe. You're repeating it to remind yourself of who you truly are. Before you speak the word, prepare the space where it will vibrate. I'm not referring to physical surroundings like candles or incense, but something much deeper. Your internal state. Create a space for it. It could be a quiet corner of your home or just a minute in your day. But let that space have a purpose, to receive what you desire. The universe listens more clearly when you speak with intention. Close the mental tabs. Turn off the noise. Breathe. Let your body be still Let time slow down. In the silence, notice how your mind begins to expand, how you feel more and think less. The energy around you shifts. This is preparation, not physical, but vibrational. The word you're about to discover needs this preparation. It thrives in fertile ground, and that ground is you. Create your small, invisible altar. It could be your pillow, your breath, or even your reflection in the mirror. It's in that space where quiet magic happens. When you align body, mind, and intention in a single gesture, you open portals that have been closed for a long time. At this point, you can already feel it. Something is beginning to move. If this practice resonates with you, leave a comment below. I am ready. This isn't just a phrase. It's an energetic seal, a point of no return. Once you declare yourself ready, you can no longer pretend you don't know. The word is Nazara. Repeat it mentally and feel it vibrate within you. Nazara. Don't rush. Feel the texture of the sound. Nazara. This word doesn't mean money or wealth in the conventional sense. It means peace, but not the kind of peace that comes from outer silence. Nazara represents an inner harmony so deep that the outer world begins to align as a consequence. When you vibrate Nazara, you're not asking for anything. You're recognizing, accepting, and remembering that your natural state is flow. Peace isn't the absence of conflict. It's alignment with the right movement, with the right timing, with the reality where things move without resistance. Nazara is the sound of acceptance, of release, of trust. And that's why it opens doors. Where there is resistance, the flow gets blocked. But where there is Nazara, life flows gently, like water over ancient stone. It's not just a word. It's an activation code. It carries centuries of energy and intention, surviving the extinction of languages, cultures, and empires. And yet, it lives on because it continues to be used by those who know. And now you know. Nazara. Use it as a seed, as a shield, as a reminder. Say it softly. Say it while looking into your own eyes in the mirror. Say it with the emotion you feel when you imagine your life in perfect balance, with peace, clarity, and yes, with abundance flowing as a part of it. Nazara is not a wish. It's the vibrational response of someone who has already understood that everything is available when you are truly ready to receive. Now that you have received the code, the question is, how can you use Nazara consciously? There are 3 simple but deep practices that, when done with intention, become portals. Conscious verbal repetition. Choose a time in your day, maybe when you wake up or just before bed. Sit in silence. Breathe. Repeat Nazara, Nazara, Nazara. But repeat it with feeling. Visualize the word opening space within you. Each repetition resonates like a bell, echoing inside you. There's no right number of repetitions, just the right state. The pillow technique. Before you sleep, write the word on a piece of paper. Simple as that. Nazara. Place it under your pillow as you lie down and repeat it mentally. Let the vibration of the word flow through your sleep. Your subconscious will continue working, even while you rest. This practice connects you during your brain's most receptive state, and you may notice your dreams begin to shift. Name visualization. Sit down, close your eyes, and imagine the word Nazara written in light. See it slowly spinning in space, spinning around you, spinning within you. Now, visualize a moment in your life. Money flowing in, doors opening effortlessly. Visualize it all happening without anxiety. Nazara is peace. You can choose to do 1, 2, or all 3 practices. What matters most is doing it with presence and intention. And now, a personal invitation, a commitment to yourself. 21 days. Yes, a silent challenge just for you. For 21 days, repeat the word Nazara every day. Observe your mind, your body, and your reactions. Write it all down in a small notebook. Call it your Nazara journal, not because you need to prove anything to anyone, but because you'll want to remember how it all began. After 21 days, your vibration will no longer be the same. Nazara isn't about attracting money. It's about becoming the person money is looking for. Do you understand the difference? Many people spend their whole lives trying to manifest, but they remain the same, clinging to the same fears, blocks, and energy. Nothing changes because they don't change. But when you begin to vibrate differently, the world responds with a new kind of reality. It's not coincidence. It's all about vibrational coherence. And this is where Nazara comes in, not as magic, but as a mirror. It doesn't create abundance. It reveals the abundance that was already there, waiting for you to hold it. Maybe now you understand why so many people receive something and quickly lose it. They weren't ready to keep it because their identity was still rooted in lack. Nazara works in the invisible, but its effects are profoundly real. You'll start to notice small shifts, the way you respond to situations, the kind of thoughts that begin to arise, the opportunities that appear and seem to recognize you. This is where the new self is born, the self that knows, the self that doesn't beg, doesn't doubt, doesn't chase, the self that holds. This is true transformation. When vibration stops being an effort and becomes your natural state. And if right now you're thinking, but is this really real? Could it work for me? Look around. Every day, people are changing their patterns, rewriting their internal narratives, vibrating differently, and experiencing different realities. You may not always see them, but they exist. People who stopped repeating phrases of scarcity, who started speaking with presence, who connected with the frequency of quiet abundance. Do you know what they all had in common? They decided. They didn't wait to feel confident. They created confidence through action. Nazara isn't about hoping it works. It works because you are vibrating the decision that it does. And when that happens, your identity changes. You stop being someone who seeks abundance and become someone who lives in abundance. You've heard it, you've felt it, you've vibrated it. Now, there's only one choice left. Continue as before, or continue as someone who already knows. Because after 21 days of using Nazara, it won't just be your vibration that changes. It will be your reflection, life's responses, the coincidences that no longer feel random will begin to have a clear destination. Maybe abundance won't show up the way you imagined. Maybe it will come in the form of lightness, or an idea that changes everything, or a person who brings the answer, or a detail that opens doors. But one thing is certain, when you vibrate differently, life can no longer ignore you. So do what needs to be done. Not for the video, not for me, but for you. If this touched you in any way, comment below with the most unexpected thing you've ever manifested. Your answer could open the field for someone else. And if you feel this video was more than just content, if it was a sign, then subscribe, like, and share. This isn't just about techniques. It's about remembering who you are and what becomes available when you vibrate with truth. Nazara,